Alright, what is made of clouds and swirls counterclockwise? Oh, that is a hurricane in the northern hemisphere. What direction do you think clouds swirl in the southern hemisphere? Counterclockwise. Each hurricane is uniquely different from each other storm, and all hurricanes, but they all exhibit the same developments and breakups of how the clouds form. I'm currently taking meteorology classes here at SGSU, and I plan to finish my grad school here, and I want to actually go into National Weather Service and work for national weather and for severe weather and forecasting. I want my audience to understand the development of hurricanes, the stages of hurricanes, and how they weaken. First, a hurricane is a tropical cyclone that forms in the Atlantic Ocean, the Gulf of Mexico, or the East Pacific Ocean. According to article Hurricanes from Encyclopedia.com 2012, a hurricane must have wind speeds of 74 miles per hour or 119 kilometers per hour. Winds in a very strong hurricane can gust up to 200 miles per hour or 320 kilometers per hour. Also from Encyclopedia.com 2012. Hurricanes can produce catastrophic damage from severe combination of wind and rainfall. According to an article from FEMA.gov in 2013, hurricanes can produce damaging winds, flooding, heavy rainfall, tornadoes, from strong microbursts, which is strong wind coming down from the top of clouds and from up air and winds. Just recently, they had the Hurricane Sandy in November 2012. That was a major catastrophic hurricane. Second, in order to become a hurricane, it first needs to become a tropical depression or a tropical storm. Next, these tropical depressions will undergo a series of events or stages of development as these storms intensify into a hurricane. Hurricanes fill up and become stronger by passing over warm ocean water. According to Ramage in 1958, he said hurricanes must go over water that's warmer than 81 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius to increase development and strengthen. Also, according to Ramage of 1958, air mass from the lower layers needs to be the same temperature as condensation from the general level of clouds from 40,000 feet up. So this is just like a basic diagram of what a hurricane is. So you have the eye wall in the middle, the eye and the eye wall in the middle. The eye wall is the strongest part of the hurricane. When you go out, you have these layers of clouds, and they swirl around. The tighter the swirl, the more strength of a hurricane is. The less and more broken it up, the less strength it is. The weaker it is. There's also the heat engine, where it tells you like the hot air from the ocean goes up in the clouds, and they swirl down, and they also give that cold draft down, which causes that formation of the circle and swirl. Hurricanes also can build intensity by the tightening of clouds from the rotations in hurricanes' heat engine. In the 29 book, The Ultimate Guide to America's Weather by Jack Williams discusses that if the swirl of clouds around the eye wall swirls faster than the outer swirls, this can conclude the hurricane is getting stronger. A hurricane heat engine converts potential energy into motion, which produces ocean waves and storm surges. Strong microbursts of wind help keep the formation of clouds and increase the swirls, which increase intensity. Third, hurricanes will continue to strengthen until other factors change the due course. Once hurricanes persisted they lose fuel internally and they start to weaken. Finally, hurricanes have a few stages which can cause them to weaken and dissipate. The majority of major hurricanes are dissipated by the eye wall replacement. Eye wall replacement is when the eye wall pretty much like diminishes and then replaces with another eye wall. But the second eye wall is much weaker than the first one, and it just kind of what happens is that just diminishes and it just goes out inside out, and it just breaks apart because there's no swelling in the middle. It just goes out. According to Jack Williams in 2009, the eye wall replacement, as I said, causes two separate eyes, which in the condensation, the eye wall evaporates and disintegrates. Cold water and wind shear are also major factors that weaken hurricanes. Cold water below 81 degrees Fahrenheit or 27 degrees Celsius, wind shear that blocks the rotation of clouds, and landmass, which is also because you don't get all that hot water, which can strengthen. In my speech, I discussed the stages, the development, and how hurricanes weaken. These are conditions for hurricanes to grow and diminish. Since we live in NorCal, we don't have to deal with these hurricanes because of the cold water, but you never know when you could be out in Miami or something and you have a hurricane. So